guys, so what's up? So today I'm going to be telling you guys my freshman tips and advice. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and let's get started. So in total there are 5 sections. The first section is first day jitters, what to expect in freshman orientation day. The next section is tests, quizzes, midterms, and finals. The third section is your friends, peers, peeps, people. The fourth section is teachers, homework, and classwork. And last but not least, the fifth section is extra things to expect and last minute information. Starting off with the first section, again, it's first day jitters, what to expect in freshman orientation day. So in general, freshman orientation day is the first day of school for freshmen. Basically, you get to see all your freshman friends again, you get to know what your classes are, and you also get a small tour on the high school, if I'm not mistaken, or if I remember correctly. So my first tip that I have for you guys is to have 2 outfits planned, one for freshman orientation day and one for the next day. My first day of school, I remember I looked really presentable, like dressed to impress look, and then the next day I looked more casual because it's not because I wore the wrong outfit, it's just because I didn't really plan, I didn't think okay, I'm gonna impress my friends and the teachers, but what am I gonna use to impress everybody else? It's just like that, and it's just usually I'm not good at that kind of stuff. Usually when I dress to impress, I dress to impress everybody. So yeah. Alright, the next 4 things are just advice. Alright, so the next thing is a schedule. So in total you have 7 classes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 7. You have in total 7 days, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. In total you have 5 classes because you drop 2 every day. So in general, day 1 goes C, D, E, F, G. Why? Because you drop A and B. So instead of having A and B, it goes C, D, E, F, G. Day 2, you have A and B, but then you skip C and D. Basically, it goes the next day, so then day 2 will go A, B, E, F, G because you're skipping C and D. Then day 3 would go A, B, C, D, G because you're skipping E and F. So basically, in general, you're going down 2 letters every day. And I'm not going to keep going because I don't want to get you guys confused, but yeah. My third piece of advice is that in general classes are 70 minutes long, and then at the end of class you can go to your locker, you can stop, talk to friends, you can use the bathroom, but in general you have 4 minutes to get to class, and at the end of 4 minutes, if you're not in your class and everything like that, then you're going to be late. My fourth tip is that you do get a laptop and charger at the beginning of the year, so it's your responsibility to take care of it. I have my MacBook and then I got my school laptop, and all my personal things I used on my MacBook, and then on the school laptop I used for school things. The piece of advice is that you do get to bring your backpack everywhere with you. I love that so much, but the only main problem is that if I were you, I would get a backpack that you can definitely keep organized, make sure it has a lot of storage space, but again, organizable, and yeah. Okay, so moving on to the next section of tips, and this is what everybody hates about school in general, but it's tests, quizzes, midterms, and finals. So my first tip is that if you do fail a test or quiz, possibly ask if you can make it up during a study hall or stay after school. I feel really bad for myself right now because I never did this and I should have, and I was fortunate enough to have a study hall / tutorial. My G period was a study hall and tutorial, so I could either do whatever I wanted then, make up tests, quiz, anything. So hopefully you won't be like me and you will ask. My next tip is, depending on who the teacher is and the subject, you might be allowed to have a cheat sheet on the midterm and final. I remember for me, I was allowed to have it on English, math, and science. My third tip is obviously on exam day, or even for any test or quiz if you really want to go that far, make sure that you're comfortable. My fourth tip is to take your time and don't rush. So in general, for midterms and finals, you have 4 days, day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. On day 1, you have A and B periods, day 2, C and D, day 3, E and F, and then day 4, you have G and makeup exams. So basically, for example, day 1 you have A and B periods. So you have 2 hours for A period, then you get a 15-minute break to do whatever you want, go see your friends, go to the bathroom, whatever, and then you have another 2 hours, and then that other 2 hours will be B period. So basically, it's a half day, yeah. And last but not least, my fifth tip is that before midterms and finals, make sure you have all your classwork done, cheat sheets, make sure you've finished everything, studied, stuff like that. Okay, so moving on to the third section, which is your friends, peers, peeps, and people. So my first tip is to mind your own business and stay out of other people's drama. Honestly, when groups of people, or even just 2 people get into it, sometimes it can be really bad and they're not even friends with each other anymore. And honestly, the best part, for the biggest role that you could play is just stay out of it, stay away from drama, and yeah. My next tip is that if someone is annoying you, move away. I can actually tell you guys a personal story that I have. I remember a lot of people were saying little critical things about me, pointing out my flaws and silly little things, and then finally all added up, and in my mind I was like, okay, I've had enough. And then I posted it and I said, if you don't like me, then why are you following me? Why don't you just unfollow me? And I didn't tell that to like specific people. I posted it out. I was like, in general, if you don't like me, move away from me because I'm not going to change for you. I'm not going to change for people. I actually stopped changing for people a long time ago, so yeah. So in general, if somebody doesn't like you, tell them personally to move away. Or if it's a group of people, just tell everybody to move away, except for your friends. Keep your friends. Keep your friends, please. Don't get rid of your friends. So my third tip is that don't post issues you're having with people online, because then you have sides, and then that's how drama starts right there. My fourth tip is that you're always gonna have that one person, that group of people, don't want to work with you, they don't want to be your partner, they don't want to talk to you. I guess you could say they just don't like you. Honestly, don't take it as a big deal. Oops, somebody doesn't like me. Okay, I'm gonna change for them. No. And I remember like there were like 2 groups of people for me actually that didn't like me. And it's just like, basically I found myself like changing a lot. It's like now when they tell me I'm annoying, I'm just like, I don't even respond. I'm just like, okay, unfollow me. And last but not least, my fifth tip is don't acknowledge hate, pulling out all the negative strings. But like I'm being a negative Nelly right now by acknowledging. This is just the negative part. Like there's a great part to friends in high school. But moving on up to the fourth section, which is teachers, homework, and classwork. So my first tip for this section is if a teacher is having a bad day, don't get mad and snap at them. Not only is it gonna make your day bad, but it's gonna make that teacher's day worse, and then they're gonna make everybody else miserable. So just try to politely ask, are you okay? You seem kind of mad. Are you alright? And yeah. My next tip is that teachers get annoyed when you don't do your homework because they don't want you to fail. And I feel like this is such a crummy tip because I feel like everybody knows that. Like even if the teacher's like, I don't care if you do homework or not, they do care because they don't want you to fail. And again, I feel like everybody knows that, so that's sad. My third tip is to make sure you turn in your classwork and homework on time, or else in my school you get like 50% of a grade or something. So yeah, and like the teachers always say, even if it is late, at least you get 50%, it's not a 0. My fourth tip is that if you do have a study hall period at school, try to get your work done there and then. Again, I feel like I mentioned it somewhere in this video, but my G period was a tutorial/study hall, so at the end of the day I got to do my homework, go home, and hopefully have none, but that was kind of rare. And last place, my fifth tip is to show respect, not only for teachers and for like other people, but also for your friends, everybody. And last but not least, moving on to the fifth section, which is just extra things to expect and last minute information. First tip is to don't stress out. Honestly, as tempting as it can be to go crazy insane and buy the whole store, don't. Honestly, not only is it going to be the first year, but it's also going to be just the first day. So once you get through the first day, you've pretty much made it through half the year, because I mean life flies by. So yeah. My next tip, and this is for girls, and it's don't mess around with boys too much. Honestly, life in general is not about boys, and it's school. Personally, you're going to high school, so that way in the future you can have a job and everything like that. So yeah. My third tip is don't get in people's way. This is like one of the biggest tips. Like at the end of the day, people always like to like crowd around outside, and it's just like, people like me, we just want to go home. Please just move out of the way. And even like in middle school with lockers, oh my god, I hated that like so much, because people like, they would just stand there and they would talk. I'm just like, you have 4 minutes in high school, like you're gonna be late if you stand there and talk to your friends. So yeah. My fourth tip is that in general, I hate saying this because it feels like, wow, really? I'm just gonna mess around. But freshman year is not the most biggest and important year. It's like a fresh start. Honestly, it's like going from 4th grade to 5th grade. It's like going from 8th grade to the same thing pretty much. Like for me personally, I feel like sophomore year, because I'm gonna be a sophomore, so I feel like between sophomore and junior year, that's gonna be the 2 biggest years of my life. So yeah. And then last but not least, my 5th tip. It's the best tip in the world. Have fun. Because honestly, YOLO. And number 2 is high school. Honestly, high school is really not supposed to be a negative place. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be.
That is if you make it fun. So other than that, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! Off with the first section, we have first day jitters. Ooh, sounds like me. And on to the next section. Just to refresh your mind, because high school is it's like people always say, it's like, oh yeah, it's a totally different animal. And that's what people use. Stress out. Honestly, if this is your first year, obviously, what the heck? This is freshman tips and advice. Of course it is. Stress out. Honestly, as tempting as it can be. I hate to say this, but most of them, there's 5. Yes, they're negative. I hate to do this because it's like, you guys, I'm gonna kill you guys, your guys. Bad. When it's all over, Does anything ever end? I don't think so. So moving on now to the third section, totally. Did it just, it was about, but just refresh your mind in there. Tempting it can be, don't go crazy insane and buy the whole store because, but so I don't really stress out until the first day of September because like I'm a nervous wreck, like honestly, like it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be.
A little bit nerve-wracking because like, you're like, oh my god, I haven't seen these people in forever. Like, oh my gosh, oh my god. Yeah, so have fun because honestly, YOLO, and number 2 is high school. So other than that, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.